Thank you.
So let's start with the prayer. Welcome to everyone. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishthaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are back in Dharma Kshetra and we are contemplating on chapter 10, which is the Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti, literally the word Vibhuti means glory. So Bhagwan is talking about his own glories in this beautiful chapter, and we have gone through some of them, and we shall continue with the same. Now we have come to, we will go to 26th shloka of chapter 10. So why is it important to listen to the Vibhutis? Because for me, for most of us, this Saguna, Sakara, Brahman is more easier to contemplate on. And if you can meditate with eyes open, see, meditating with eyes closed is very, very hard for 90% of the population. So Bhagwan is giving us an easy way out. He says, even while you're wide awake, looking at the world, transacting in the world, think of me. And he has given us this beautiful tool on how to meditate on him, even when as we are transacting in the world. That's the only thing. So beautiful. So this is the 26th shloka. Aśhvatthaḥ sarva-vṛikṣhāṇāṁ devarṣhīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ gandharvāṇāṁ chitrarathaḥ siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ. Someone wants to chant that? Anyone? Yes, please. Indra.
Aśhvatthaḥ sarva-vṛikṣhāṇāṁ devarṣhīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ gandharvāṇāṁ chitrarathaḥ siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ.
Very good.
aśhvatthaḥ sarva-vṛikṣhāṇāṁ devarṣhīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ gandharvāṇāṁ chitrarathaḥ siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ.
Yes.
aśhvatthaḥ sarva-vṛikṣhāṇāṁ devarṣhīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ gandharvāṇāṁ chitrarathaḥ siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ.
Yes. The next shloka, some of others will chant. So, very beautiful shloka again. So, among the vrikshas, what am I? I am the aśhvatthaḥ. Aśhvatthaḥ, of course, is the peepal tree, as we know it. And the seeds are very, very, very small in the peepal tree. So, what is so great about this peepal tree, aśhvattha vriksha? Anyone? All of us can pitch in with the points. Why does, yes, Nirmala.
We get more of oxygen.
Correct. Why? All trees give same oxygen. No, it has got more capacity, is it? No, I'm asking. I'm not sure. That's why. Why Aśhvatthaṇta? Point.
They even pray this tree and it it signifies with the shloka, right? Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato
Ah,
Vishnu.
correct.
Yeah. So I guess this has more significance towards the.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
beautiful. Yes, all the Trimurtis reside in the tree. Mulato Brahma Rupaya, Madhyato Vishnu
Vishnu Rupaya.
Agrato Shiva Rupaya,
Rudra Rupaya.
Rudra Rupaya. Okay. So that's one point. That the Trimurtis themselves reside in this aśhvatthaḥ. Yes. Nirmala wanted to add. Amale. That's all. Aśhvatthaḥ, what does it signify? Why do we all do pradakshina of aśhvatthaḥ? One is this Brahma, Shiva, and everything is there. And then this has got a very spiritual significance of aśhvattha is this aśhvatthaḥ, a physical significance also. Seeds are very, very, very small. But look at the tree, how it grows. And where does it grow? Even if the seed falls on a rock, any crack in the rock it falls, it will sprout. Have you seen this tree sprouting anywhere? Any crack in the wall, on the ground, on a rock also, it sprouts. So what does it remind you of? And it grows so big, the roots are so strong and so wide they spread that they create cracks in the foundation. No? So what does it, what could it be, the spiritual significance of this? What grows uncontrolled if we don't keep a check? Samsara. You give any little space.
Ego.
Oh. Yes, Shweta.
Sorry, you said what grows if you leave it unchecked. I said ego.
Ego, yes, exactly. Which I said samsara, which is perfect.
Oh, sorry.
No samsara. No, there is no samsara without ego. No.
Yeah.
So ego grows unchecked, any little space you give in your corner of your mind, it will grow. And it will take root. It will create cracks. And this aśhvatthaḥ tree lives forever and ever and ever. It's got a very long lifespan. So we have something called big banyan tree here, in on Mysore Road. It's been there for thousands of years apparently. So that is the aśhvatthaḥ tree for you. That's why Krishna says, I am the akshat. See, this sansara does it end at any point of time? It might end for one or two individuals, but on a general basis, it goes on and on and on, isn't it? If not you, if it's me. If not me, it's for somebody else. So this is unending, eternal. It goes on and on and on. Anything which is eternal is Bhagavan. So I am the aśhvatthaḥ among trees. And then he says, devarṣhīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ. So Nirmala didn't contribute to aśhvatthaḥ. Let us see. When she is free, she will give. And then about this Narada, very many beautiful stories are there. Let us see this. Again, we know a lot about Narada Muni. He is there. He is known as the mischief maker. In all the stories, he will put one tadka for all the, he ignites. He starts people. Actually, he is starting people on the right path. That's what he does with all the mischief. Ultimately, people are set on the right path, whether it is Valmiki or, so many stories where Narada has a great contribution to putting them on the path to moksha. So this Narada apparently was a son of a servant maid, actually, in a previous birth. And this maid was serving all the rishis, and he was serving all the rishis during Chaturmasya. And so he grew up learning, listening to satsangs. And he developed a lot of devotion. And his mother passes away, and still he chants the name of God. And so next life, he is born as the Manasaputra of Brahmaji himself. This is Narada Muni. Not only that, he gets the blessing of Triloka Sanchara. Visa, life forever, life visa, he can go to all the three lokas unchecked. And Manasa, the Manovega, he can go. This is the power of Narada Muni. He is blessed by God. And he has got this divine Veena, which produces the most beautiful sound. And he's always chanting the name of Narayana. So, the name Narada itself means Naram Dadati iti Narada, giver of knowledge. Naram Dadati iti Narada. The one who gives knowledge is called a Narada. So he's actually a missionary. He's a missionary and he's carrying the name of the Lord for all the three, in all the three worlds. Whether it is Dhruva, or it is Prahlada, or it is Valmiki, all of them, he's been doing that. And he was the one who instigated or advised Vedavyasa for all his work. He has done all the division of the Vedas he did, and he wrote the great, wonderful Mahabharata he wrote. Yet he was not, apparently he was not satisfied. Something was bothering him. He said, no, kuch kami reh gaya hai. I have to do something more. I don't feel that fullness within me. And so Narada told Vedavyasa, you have done everything, but you have not sung the glories of God. You have not sung the glories of Krishna. So you write Bhagavatam. So that's how Vedavyasa wrote the Bhagavata. And then he was completely happy and fulfilled. Because Bhagavata is nothing but the glory of Lord Krishna. Full of bhakti. It's full of bhakti rasa. Mahabharata is everything. It's got all the navarasas. But Bhagavata is full bhakti rasa, and it melts the heart of the devotees. So that's why Narada, Krishna declares that I am the Narada among all the devarṣhīṇāṁ cha nāradaḥ. Gandharvāṇāṁ chitrarathaḥ. So many gandharvas are there. We are not aware of these, as I said last time. In the Vedic times, all these things were very well known and they were in currency. Now they are not. So among the gandharvas are the ones who sing, they are artists and they sing and they dance. So among them, this Chitratha must be the most Shrestha. So Chitratha is Arjuna's friend. And he taught singing to Arjuna. Okay. And then siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ. Who is Kapila Muni? Have you heard of this Kapila Muni? Any of you? Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni gave us the Sankhya Yoga. And he is considered the first philosopher of India, of Bharata, Kapila Muni. He gave us the Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya not in the sense of Jnana Yoga, something like that. I'm not too sure what it is, but he has given us Sankhya Yoga and he is considered a great Muni, Kapila Muni. And he is also considered an avatara of Shiva himself. Kapilopadesha is there in the Bhagavatam. Okay, and Kapila was the Muni who gave discipleship to his mother also. So that is why he says, I am Kapila among all the siddhas. A siddha is a perfected human being. So among all the perfected human beings, I am siddha. I am Kapila Muni, the siddha. Okay, anything else to be added here?
Purnimaji, he is avatar of Mahavishnu.
Mahavishnu. Okay, thank you. I
And,
was not too sure.
He teaches his mother about these Vedas and philosophies. Kapilopadesham is something that he gives the Upadesha to his mother.
He gives Upadesha to his mother. Okay, right. So what greater blessing can be than that? Our Prabhuji also gives Upadeshas to his mother. Have you noticed? He will ask his mother to switch on, come on the phone and listen to him while he is talking. It's such a wonderful blessing, really. Okay. Next, 10.27. Ucchaihsravasam aśhvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛitodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam. Yes, anyone can chant this.
Ucchaihsravasam aśhvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛitodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam.
Very nice. Ucchaihsravasam aśhvānāṁ. Correct. I didn't get that right, so I'm chanting it again. Ucchaihsravasam aśhvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛitodbhavam. Yes, Suma, you want to chant? Go ahead.
Sure.
Hmm.
Ucchaihsravasam aśhvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛitodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam.
Yes. So again, we know who this Ucchaihshrava is, no? Who is Ucchaihshravas? Anyone can pitch in? Who is Ucchaihshravas?
Indra's horse.
Correct. Indra's horse. And it's white, milky white in color. And it came from where? Amṛitodbhavam. It came from the Milky Ocean. It came during the Amrita Manthana. So there's this legend behind Amrita Manthana. Why this Amrita Manthana started in the first place? Anyone knows the story? Why did the Amrita Manthana start in the first place? What happened during Amrita Manthana, we know. Why did it start? Nirmala? Purunjida? So this Amrita Manthana, again, this starts with the great Durvasa Rishi. Okay. Durvasa Rishi, once he received a beautiful garland. And what will a Rishi do with the garland? So he gave it to Indra. He said, okay, you are the one who loves to decorate yourself. Take this garland. He could not stand the strong smell of the flowers of the garland. So he gave it to Indra. And so Indra, what he did, he has it airāvataṁ, no? So he put it on airāvataṁ. You look nice in this garland. And so the garland was so fragrant and a lot of bees were attracted to the garland. And so this airāvataṁ, the elephant, was disturbed by the bees. So he just removed the garland and threw it on the ground and stamped on it and destroyed it, smashed it. So naturally, our Durvasa was highly offended. And immediately, what does Durvasa do? He curses Indra. You lose all I have given you a beautiful garland. Instead of respecting it and revering it, you have gave it to a stupid elephant and he destroyed it. And so, he cursed Indra that he should become weak and powerless. So the moment Indra becomes weak and powerless, Asuras, Rakshasas are always ready to grab his Indra Padavi. So they chased him out of Svargaloka. And naturally all the Devasas and surrendered to Vishnu. Please help us. Therefore the Amrita Manthana was recommended. Vishnu says, once you have the Amrita, immortality, you will be immortal. Nobody can kill you or defeat you. So that was how this Amrita Manthana came into being. So what are the different things that came out of this Amrita Manthana? So many came. Can you name some of it? During Manthana, what came? First, what came from Amrita Manthana?
Halahala Visha.
Halahala Visha came. Yes. And then?
Lakshmi, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the sequence, but I know Goddess Lakshmi.
Sequence better. Lakshmi, Halahala came, Lakshmi came, and this Ucchaihshrava came. Of course, we are forgetting
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Dhanvantri.
Kamadhenu.
Kamadhenu. Haudu. Kalpavruksha came.
Kalpavruksha, yeah.
Dhanvantri came.
Dhanvantari came. Kaustubhamani came. All this is fine. Airavata also
Airāvataṁ.
came. Airavata also came. By how before he was there, before it is said that Airavata was so guilty that he started this great war between Asuras and Suras. He jumped into the ocean and then he came back. That is the legend. Legends explain everything, Okay, but we'll have to go into the symbolic meaning of this Amrita Manthana, which this one will give. Nirmala will give. Why did you go off guard? Symbolic. Yes, Shweta. Churning. What is this churning all about?
Oh, sorry. I think I just went off mute. I don't know why. I don't know.
Churning andre ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿ? I'm sure all of us know what this churning is all about. Amrita Manthana.
Just like you churn yogurt to make buttermilk, that's churning, right?
Correct. So there are a lot of
but
churning goes on.
churning, right?
Lot of churning goes on in us all the time, isn't it? But what we are doing now is the churning that needs to happen. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is the greatest churning that one can do. What is Nididhyasana? Dwelling on the truths, dwelling on the scriptures, dwelling on the highest truths, existential questions that give us the answer to our eternal quest. Who am I? That is the churning that needs to happen. So in this Mandara, in this Amrita Manthana, what is the stick which is used to churn? The Mandara mountain, which is nothing but our scriptures. Our scriptures can be thought of as the stick with which we churn. And then Vasuki, the snake, is used to wrap around the mountain and churn. Alva, the rope. So what is the rope here? So one symbolic meaning of the rope is the Mahavakyas are the ropes. The stick is the scriptures. The Mahavakyas. What are the Mahavakyas? Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. These are the Mahavakyas found in our Vedas. So we take that as the rope to churn. This contemplation itself is the churning. And what is the Milky Ocean? Where does this contemplation, Nididhyasana, happen? In the Milky Ocean, which is a sattvic mind, which is oriented towards this whole quest. The mumukshu mind is the Milky Ocean. What are the devatas and asuras? On one hand, there are devatas, and on one hand, there are rakshasas. What do they signify?
Positive and negative thoughts.
Positive and negative thoughts. Yes. Good and bad experiences. What do we learn from the good experiences of life, from the bad experiences of life? All these analysis and churning happens. So that is looking within. When we do that, first, when we look within, hala comes first. All the poison, all the negativity. I don't want to do this anymore. It is so hard. I don't know when I will get liberated. All those things also come. So it's not in my control. All these things will come. That who will takes up that hala? Nilakanta, Shiva. Again, the knowledge, with jnana, with great samyamas, with all the shamadamadi shat sampatti, we try to control it and we surrender to Bhagavan. And he will drink my ego. Hala is nothing but the ego. So Bhagavan drinks up my ego. When I surrender to Krishna, or Ishvara, he will drink my ego. When the ego is gone, all the good things will emerge. All the siddhis we get in life, all the perfections that are needed for me to get out of the samsara will manifest in my life. So, but of course, what Prabhuji and all the other enlightened people say is, don't be satisfied with the siddhis. Don't be happy with your airāvataṁ, with your uchchaiḥśhravas. Go on doing it till you get amrita. That's the thing. Amrita is immortality. Mrityormam amritam gamaya. Okay. Done. This is about just for Ucchaihsravas, this whole thing. And then airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ. Again, same thing. Airavata, which has got 4 tusks. came in this Amrita Manthana. Narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam. What is a narādhipa? King. Among the men, I am the king among men. Naturally, the king is most revered in a society. Why? Because a king is powerful. And what does he do? He takes care of us. We look at Ishvara as the creator, sustainer, destroyer, and all that. So the king basically also does the same thing. He takes the role of the sustainer. He is maintaining society. In the king in modern times, maybe we can think of other figures who take care of us. So I am the narādhipa. Dharma sanstapana is done by these kings. Okay. Anything else people want to add to this?
Purnimaji, can you tell why airāvataṁ has 4 tusks?
It's a special.
No, there will be some significance. No?
Yeah. I haven't come across. Has anybody come across? Please share. all these mystical animals, all these mystical gods, mystical animals are there. That's all one can say. They are all not in this earthly realm. So anything like Harry Potter, you have got all crazy things happening. I'm sure there'll be some explanation, but I am not aware of it. Okay, and then 10.28. What does Lord say next? Ayudhanamaham vajram dhenūnamasmi kāmadhuk prajanashchasmi gandharvas sarpāṇāmasmi vāsukihi. Yes.
Ayudhanamaham vajram dhenūnamasmi kāmadhuk prajanaschasmi gandharvas sarpāṇāmasmi vāsukihi.
Nice.
Ayudhanamaham vajram dhenūnamasmi kāmadhuk prajanashchasmi gandharvas sarpāṇāmasmi vāsukihi.
Yes. Anyone wants to take a shot at it, you are welcome. Okay. Ayudhanamaham vajram. I am the thunderbolt among all the weapons. So, anyone knows about this weapon, how it came? Where did the Vajra come from? Nirmala is very quiet today. I don't like it. Okay. So, where did the thunderbolt come from? Vajra.
It's from the sage Dadichi, right?
Correct. It is from
But
sage Dadichi. From the backbone of Dadichi, this thunderbolt was made. Because again, it was a fight between Asuras and Suras. And Indra needed a powerful weapon to kill Vritrasura, in fact, isn't it? Vritrasura was a Rakshasa who had to be killed at some point of time. So he was a very powerful fellow. I'm sure he had a lot of boons from all the Devatas. And he was infallible. And so this Vajrayudha had to be produced. Dadichi's backbone. What does it mean? Dadichi's backbone was so strong. It is not just the physical strength, but his spiritual strength was there in his backbone, in his spine, in his spinal cord. So that is Vajra. So of course, Bhagavan says, Ayudhanamaham Vajram. Imagine it has come from someone's body. I believe it is, it used to be, this backbone of Dadichi was in the Indian army logo. Weapon, as a weapon. I'm not sure. I just searched for it. It was not available.
Prabhuji's first jnana, what is that?
Jnana Jyoti batch.
Yes, it's called Dadichi.
Dadichi Maharshi batch. Correct. Very nice. And then Dhenuna Asmi Kamadhuk. We know Kamadhenu is that wish-fulfilling cow. It was owned by Vasishta. And it was coveted by all the other Rishis, Raja, even Vishwamitra also, and all the Rajarshis and Rishis and the kings. And how many people have tried to possess this Kamadhenu and have been vanquished by Kamadhenu itself. He was It was a very versatile cow. From it, armies used to emanate from this Kamadhenu. This Kamadhenu, what is the spiritual significance of this Kamadhenu?
Vasishtha was going to make this Kamadhenu, and he went straight to Mahalakshmi and said, I'm going to make this Kamadhenu. Would you mind coming and sitting in some part of it? Lakshmi said, what? I'm not interested. So then after some time, one gods have taken their positions in different part of the body of the cow, and each one is coming and flaunting to Mahalakshmi. I have taken this position, I have taken that position, I'm in this part of the thing. And Vasishta's cow, no, it is so special, it's going to be super special. And suddenly, Mahalakshmi says, oh no, I'm being left out. And she comes running to Vasishta and says, please put me also somewhere in. So Vasishta says, I'm so sorry. Only the back portion of the cow is available. All the rest is already occupied. That's why when you do that Go Puja, we put chandanam and kumkumam on the backside of the cow. So it contains the 33 crore
Devatas.
gods and goddesses. So it is very special. It is a wish fulfilling cow, and he has produced it out of his full tapas. It's a full powerful thing. Kamadhenu, it is also it is a thing which came out of the ocean also, but then it was I don't know how to tell you this.
So
It
maybe
is-
it got upscaled, right? All the goddesses went and
Yeah,
Kamadeva's powers.
with his powers, it became more powerful.
Powerful.
Yeah.
So can we think of Kamadhenu as a very, very, very keen intellect which can produce anything? How much the intellect has achieved in the world? We have gone to the moon, we have gone near Saturn, some Voyager is going near Saturn. Beyond, the back of beyond we are going. What all have we accomplished?
Brahmajnani is a Kamadhenu.
Brahmadhyani is a Kamadhenu. In the material sense, in our limited material sense also, our mind can manifest anything, no? In that sense.
For example, in the presence of Ramana Bhagavan, anybody who came and complained to him, all their wishes used to get fulfilled. All the he has not taken any efforts, and he does not even recognize. Everybody will come back and tell him.
Yeah, so beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so this Kamadhenu is that special keen intellect which can, number one, it is the wish fulfilling cow.
The real story is, I think you went a little out.
I went or you went? You must have. I don't know. I thought you went. Okay, tell me. Tell.
So, one time when somebody was talking to him, he said, around my navel, all the celestial beings, all gods and goddesses, everyone are around with me.
Wow.
And these jnanis, when they become jnanis, all the Navagraha Devatas come running to them.
Wow.
because they become so powerful. They want to fulfill all their desires.
So beautiful.
But the Brahmajnani is not at all interested.
Not at all.
He doesn't have any desire.
Correct.
So what happens is, anybody who comes to Brahmajnani and complains, "Ayo, I have this problem," so this Devata goes running to fulfill it
Voluntarily.
voluntarily, because somehow he wants to make that Brahmajnani happy
That is
by
how.
fulfilling his devotees' desires. He is trying to make the Brahmajnani happy.
That is his.
Whereas Brahmajnani is not at all interested whether he gets happy, sad or not.
Hmm.
His only thing is, for Loka Kalyana he is sitting.
Okay.
Everyone should be happy. That is all is his aim. He doesn't have any particular desire or anything.
But the
But
devotees have, Papa. Devotees have.
devotees only have particular.
So we are good. We are happy that all these the devatas are residing along with the gnani, and they will say tatastu. Very good. Good. After all, they are under him only, no? Under the gnani, in any case, under the Ishvara. Very nice. Thanks, Nirmala. That was so nice. And then Prajanaschashmi Kandarpaha. Kandarpa means Kamadeva. Kamadeva, of course, is the lord of procreation. But here the Bhashyakaras, the commentators are very quick to point out the procreation not for sexual pleasure, but for viddhi of the keeping that this thing alive. So only for the sake of procreation, Kamadeva, I am Kamadeva in that sense. I am the Shrestha. No, Nirmala?
Why they marry off people is, they procreate in such a way that you produce Brahmajnanis.
Satsantana. Mm.
That is the aim.
That
After
is
that,
the-
after that, you are supposed to engage in activities non-sexual.
Yeah.
That is all is the aim of life.
aim of
Well,
procreation itself is to produce.
Yeah.
Like those four jnanis, no? Nivrittinatha, Gnanadeva, Sopana Deva, and Muktabai. Abba, look at those four children. They were born jnanis. And that
Anybody knows the story? Oh, it's the best story.
I know, it is so beautiful. We had a Harikatha on that recently during Purandara Namana.
Okay.
Yeah. We will take that story after we finish this shloka. At the end, we can wind up with this Jnanadeva story by Nirmala. And so this Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha, and then Gruhatas, yeah, like she said, we had progress in sadhana after a certain stage. Because the joy of spiritual life is much more higher. One who has tasted that will not find any joy in the other pleasures or whatever. That is the kind of thing. Sarpanam asmi Vasuki. So what is this Vasuki? We know the Vasuki was the one who was used to churn the Amrita Manthana. He's a great Sarpa. And we just learned that the spiritual significance, Vasuki is the Mahakavyas, which is used to churn the ocean. And there's a little difference between what is a sarpa and what is a naga. There are two terms here, sarpa and naga. A sarpa is supposed to be a poisonous snake, and it is single-hooded. Sarpa is poisonous and single-hooded, whereas the naga is non-poisonous and it has got many hoods. Like Ananta naga has got 1,000 hoods. Okay, that is one thing. But which is the one that Shiva wears around his neck? Who is
Vasuki.
Vasuki. Vasuki, that poisonous snake is around Shiva's head. What does it signify? Poison is around Shiva's neck. He has got poison in his neck, in his kantha also, which means completely in control. It's a bhushana for him. Yes, Nirmala.
Yeah, it's a bhushana for him. No, he has made it he has conquered.
He has conquered.
He has conquered it in such a way that nothing affects him. Let it be poison. No problem. You know why? nearby his wife is there, who is who made the poison which came through his tongue into a nice gola. Ice gola she made nice gola.
She removes it, no? Correct, Parvati.
The gola which will not melt and which will remain as that gola, covered and protected in such a way that
It won't harm.
it doesn't enter Shiva's body. It will be there in his body, but it is goldified and it is wrapped in plastic so that nothing leaks out.
What a airtight, vacuum tight container it is put.
Yes, so that it is there. That is the Adam's apple of men.
I like it. Why I laughed is, Nirmala, there's a joke. Which is the best place? Who are the best wives? Andre Parvati and Lakshmi ante. Why means this Shiva and Vishnu, they don't have fathers-in-law, parents-in-law. No, that's why. Kind of. They don't have, they are residing in the parents-in-law's house. So that's why it's nice ante for them all the time. This Parvati, this Kailasa is the Himalaya's abode. Himalaya, she's Himalaya Putri and Shiva lives there. And this Amrita, this Lakshmi also came out of Amrita and Vishnu lies on the Amrita, Milky Ocean.
These two are very lucky because they don't have mother-in-laws too.
Mothers-in-law are not there and then they are happily residing in the wife's house. So wife has no complaints. That was a joke. So I laughed when you said Parvati. Okay. So this Vasuki for us can be the ego which has very venomous, things to give us thoughts, words, everything comes from the venomous thoughts and deeds also come from the ego. So that has to be controlled. So sarpanam asmi Vasuki. So when we think of ego also, we should think of Bhagavan. Let us do that. My ego means it is Bhagavan himself. There is nothing else than Bhagavan. Simply we take ownership of all sorts of things here.
Just like how when the Vasuki is about to attack, what it will do, King Cobra, when it tries to attack, it will raise its hood. Like that, when we become proud, just see our spine will straighten up and our head will be tall.
Yes.
And you'll say, you know what, I'm the greatest,
Stance
you
will
are
be like that.
nobody.
Yeah, the stance will be like, arrogant.
It is a serpent, raised serpent posture.
When the ego is ready to strike, that is how we behave. Correct? Beautiful. Very good. Nice point. Varuno yadasam aham. So yadasas are the presiding deities for different water bodies. Yadasa means different water bodies. We have ponds, lakes, rivers, whatever. Were we there? Yeah, tears, sweat. So Varuna is the ocean. So among all the water bodies, I am the ocean. And then, no, have we gone to the next one? Oh, sorry. Gandharvas, Sarpana. Wait, we have to go here. All right. Because of the Sarpa, this we came up to Ananta also. Okay, we will chant this. Anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunam aryaman chasmi pitrunam aryama chasmi yamas sanyamatamaham.
Anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunam aryama chasmi yamas samyamatamaham.
Pitrunam aryama chasmi yamas samyamatamaham. Aryama, not Aryama, Aryama. Pitrunam aryama chasmi. Okay. Now somebody else wants to chant Kamala.
Okay. Anantaschasmi naganam वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणाम् अर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहम्.
Okay, anyone else want to take a shot who haven't chanted?
दर्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहम्.
Very good.
ಅನಂತ ಚಾಯಸ್ ಅನ ಹೇಳು ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ.
Anantascha
ಅನಂತಶ್ಚ
asmi naganam.
ಅನಂತಶ್ಚ ಯಸ್ಮಿ ನಾಗಾನಾಂ ವರುಣೋ ಯಾದ ಸಾಮಹಂ ಪಿತॄಣಾಂ
Aryama.
ಪಿತॄಣಾಂ ಅರ್ಥಮಾಚಾಸ್ಮಿ
Pitrunam aryama chasmi.
ಪಿತॄಣಾಂ ಅರ್ಯಮಾ ಚಾಸ್ಮಿ ಯಮಃ ಸಂಯಮತಾಮಹಂ.
Yes. So, among the snakes, Naganam, who am I? I am Ananta. So, he is lying on the Ananta. He is an Ananta Shayana. So, obviously, he will lie on the most Shrestha of the Nagas. So, we already understood what is a Sarpa and what is a Naga. So, this Ananta is the celestial mystical snake, which is it is not poisonous. It's got 1,000 hoods. He is the Ananta Naga. Okay. And then aquatics, among the aquatics, Varuno, Yadasam, among the Yadasas, the aquatics, the water bodies, I am Varuna, I am the ocean itself. Which is the biggest water body. So, Bhagavan identifies with Varuna. Pitrinam Aryama Chasmi. So, again in the Pitru Lokas, every time, like every Kalpa has got a Brahmaji, and all the different Brahmajis are there. So Pitruloka has got different leaders. In that, one of the heads of Pitruloka is Aryama. So God says, I am Aryama among the Pitrus. And then among the dispenser laws, Samyamatam, I am Yama. I am the Lord of Death himself. I think this is a no-brainer, right? So it has to be. Yama is, he represents so many things. He's a disciplinarian. And he has got his two minions, Chitra and Gupta, who are always keeping track of what we are thinking. While we were young, we had these legends, were very popular. Oh, you please be careful what you say, because Chitra and Gupta are sitting on your shoulders, and they will say Tathastu. And Devatas will say Tathastu, and Chitra and Gupta will keep writing. And because they are near your shoulders, they can hear your thoughts also. And bad thoughts, good thoughts, everything will be recorded. And then what happens? Accounts has to be given at the end of at the end of my physical journey. The account has to be given to Chitragupta will give account to Yama, and Yama will ask us our account. Oh, you said this, you said that. Okay, now you go to this loka, that loka. You are going to be born in this kind of family. Imagine. This is the kind of discipline that Yama does for us. He is not just the one who takes away your life. He is the one who, in a very orderly manner, he puts you in, where you are supposed to be. He puts us in that particular loka where we are supposed to go, and so that our karmas are exhausted at some level.
Our spreadsheet is maintained by Chitra and Gupta, and Chitra Purnami is the yearly balance sheet submission day. So that is the day Chitra and Gupta submit it to Yama. So we have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Through the year, somebody is closely watching you. Beware, be care.
Yeah.
Just be sure how you act in your life, because somebody else there is a witness there.
So instead of waiting for Chitra Purnami in Nirmala, every night before going to bed, we should take our own account. And udari account balance karne ka. We should close the account on the same day, the day it is done. What do you think? What do you say?
That is what my friend told me to do when I was, it was when some 45 years ago. I'm still trying because I have this bad habit of, as soon as I put my head on the bed, on the pillow, I go off to sleep.
Thank God. I mean, it's a blessing, Nirmala. How many people can do?
But I have not been able to do this, balancing the accounts.
Through the day, I'm sure you are doing it, witnessing. No, thanks to Prabhuji, we have a chance. Every time there is some mantana is happening, no, witnessing is happening.
वो तो हो रहा है.
वही होना है और क्या होना है. Okay, I think we were out of time and we listen to that story of Gnanadeva by Nirmala and then we will close.
So,
Story.
Gnanadeva's parents got married, and just a month later, he decides that this is not my life, and he tells his wife and goes away to Kashi. And he goes to the very great guru, and he takes up sannyasa, and he is doing his sadhana very sincerely. And this guru decides to go on a rounding, going around the place. He says, all the disciples, please be steady in your sadhana. I'll be back in 1 or 2 years. And he comes to different places. He comes to the same village of that person. And there is a lady who nicely serves him and takes care of him so well. So he says, may you have very good children. So she starts crying. Why are you crying? You look married only. What is the problem? I'm not married, but my husband left away. He went to Kasi. He said, I'm not fit for married life, and he left me and went. How can I have babies? And you're wishing that I should have very good babies also. So immediately in his jnana drishti, he sees that person whom he has initiated as a husband. So he goes back to Kashi and sends him back. Says, you go back. Because in destiny, 4 great children were supposed to be born to them. This couple comes back and he again has 4 children. That is Nivritina, Jnanadeva, Sopana, and Muktabai. But what happens? Sannyasi, after you become, in those days it was very strict. Once you become a sannyasi, you're not supposed to come back and have conjugal relationship with your wife. No, it's over. You don't come back. You have to go forward only.
Correct.
And that's why sannyasa was never ever given to anybody unless and until the litmus test was given to them. None of them got sannyasa like that so easily. So this is what happened, and the whole they wanted to put Poonal Janeyu for the sons, and nobody was ready to come. They all said, "Che, you have fallen down from a high position of a sannyasi to a mere family man with 4 children. Che. And you have the audacity to come." They stopped supplying food for them and they had to go into the forest. One day, the husband and wife were so sad that they just fell from a cliff into the ocean and killed themselves. So these 4 children were anath. They were in the forest, going around and all. At last, one day, the 4 children are in the forest. That elder brother is lost. And there is big rain, thunder and all. And then he comes one day later. By the time these 3 are very scared because they are very dependent on the eldest brother. But then when Nivritinath comes back, he comes as a realized person. He was initiated and he has met somebody and he has really realized himself. And then he comes and he initiates his brothers and sisters also. And now they go inside the town. And now they say, now you put punal for us. And all of them, they say, "Chee, bloody orphans, you asking like that?" Immediately what Jnanadeva does, he brings the buffalo and just gives 2 taps and it started chanting Bhagavad Gita fully. They got scared. Jnanadeva has the highest regard for Nivritinath. He says, he is my guru. Nivritinath is my guru. And they say, Nivritinath is Shiva's avatara, Jnanadeva is Vishnu's avatara, and Sopana is the Brahma's avatara, and Devi's avatara is Muktibai. So, Jnaneshwari was written by Jnanadeva in Marathi.
Yeah.
And the amazing Jnaneshwari is with so many examples because it is Sakshat Lord Vishnu again who is born and who is explaining. So he just gave Bhagavad Gita, but in as Jnaneshwar, his explanation is just too good. It's too good. If you read Jnaneshwari, oh my God, so many examples. For every sentence, he will be giving examples. 10 examples.
You have read it, is it?
Yeah, beautiful it is.
There is an English translation?
Yes.
Okay. Next.
It's amazing, 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 amazing.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to tell you this story.
Very good. Thank you, dear.
So
Thank you.
all the children do very well after that. That's when you know that Namadeva story also connected to this. That Kumbhaka, Bai says, test them out.
Yeah. Correct. That is also, yeah. I know it. I don't know if the others know it. This Gora Kumbhara will be there, na? Gora. In Gora. And he is a great bhakta of Purandara Vithala. So he's always singing the name of Vithala, 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 Vithala. And so this Namadeva is there who thinks he is the greatest devotee of Vithala. Again, all Maharashtrian, that same contemporaries. So Jnanadeva tells Namadeva, look, you should have a guru. You know, this Namadeva is he is such that he can talk to Vithala. Like you and I are speaking, he can talk to Vithala, he can sit with Vithala, he can have breakfast and lunch and dinner with Vithala, he can go for a stroll with Vithala. All sorts of things he'll be doing. But he will not have proper guidance from a guru. So Jnanadeva says you should have a guru, otherwise you are incomplete. Namadeva is very arrogant. He says, no, God himself is talking to me. Why should I have a guru? And so Jnanadeva says, okay, now this is time to give this fellow a little lesson. And so he takes Namadeva to, they go on a picnic, one day, and they go to this Gora's house, this potter's house. He is the most innocent, unlettered chap. He's an illiterate little fellow. But he's a realized soul. Of course, this Namadeva doesn't know. And this Jnanadeva goes and asks Gora Kumbhara to test all of them with his stick, potter's stick. He is always making pots, so he's got a stick in which he does all the things, and then he tests the pot he hits the pots too. With the noise, he can say, he can tell whether the pot is baked or not. Baked or not. Is it strong enough or not for use? And so this Gora Potter, he takes the stick and he taps Gnanadeva, Sopanadeva, Muktabai, and Nivritina. Everybody he taps on the head and he says, yes, yes, this is the baked pot. This is the baked pot. When he comes to Namadeva and he taps his head, he says, this is a half-baked pot. Clearly indicating that Namadeva was not yet an realized soul. Bhale he could talk to gods, but he had not yet completely realized. So that was when then Namadeva is humbled by this humble potter, and then he agrees, he takes his friend's advice, Gnanadeva's advice, and surrenders to a guru. So again, this shows that whatever you may read the scriptures by yourself, you can listen to 100 YouTube talks or read 1,000 books. But unless the jnana comes from the Guru Mukhena, the jnana has to come, then only the grace will flow properly in a proper directed way, and then you are eligible for mukti. Unless you are a siddha like, Ramana and all, they had done and finished their sadhanas in the previous lifetimes, and therefore they were born, you can say, oh, they didn't have a guru, but they must have had, we don't know. So this is the general rule for all of us is,
Arunachala was Ramana's guru.
Arunachala was, he said Arunachala is my guru. Correct. So this is like this. Okay. Okay, we can close for the day now. Thank you, Nirmala. Nice stories. So with a prayer, let us close. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormam Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanu Nanimbudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.